Kerala's mainstream media today ran prominently a news story about the arrival of a 40-member team of technicians or engineers from the United Kingdom to repair an F-35 fighter jet of the Royal British Air Force, which made a distress landing at Thiruvananthapuram International Airport recently. The airport is operated by the Adani Group. It was on 14th of this month that the ATC of Thiruvananthapuram International Airport received distress signals, and later India gave permission to the fighter jet to land here. In a press release, the Indian Air Force very clearly said India's command and control system, or the radar network, clearly spotted and located the F-35 fighter jet, which is a stealth fighter jet and is known to be a fifth generation fighter jet. The reason for the distress landing was said to be, according to official versions, shortage of fuel, then inclement weather. Those were the reasons. But afterwards, a large number of conspiracy theories floated around. What could be the reason for that? Western observers say it is the ultra-nationalistic Indians who take pride in the fact that India's radar network or command and control system detected or traced the fighter jet and helped it to land at Thiruvananthapuram Airport. So there was no sign, evidence or claim of India waging an electronic warfare against the fighter jet. This is what Western analysts say. Why did certain people float conspiracy theories about the landing of the F-35 fighter jet? There are reasons for that, because there are loopholes in certain statements and explanations given regarding the distress landing of the fighter jet. This is why rumors flew around. Then what is the truth of the whole issue? Did the fighter jet land just because of shortage of fuel? And I need to mention certain other things before going deep into the subject. Initially, the fighter jet pilot refused to move away from the fighter jet. He put a chair aside. He requested for a chair, and a chair was put aside the fighter jet, and he sat there. Because Kerala is experiencing monsoon, heavy rain, thunderstorms, everything. Now he was forced to, move to the airport building. Later he was taken back. Another pilot took his place. Initially, the British Air Force refused all type of help, promised by India. They even refused to move the fighter jet to a nearby hangar. But of late, they have agreed to move the fighter jet to a hangar of Air India. And now it has become very clear that it is not a minor glitch. There is some serious problem. So these are the certain aspects, factors that sparked rumors or gave room for conspiracy theories. Let's take a closer look into the whole issue. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. As I said, it was on June 14th that the fighter jet landed at Thiruvananthapuram Airport. Today is June 26th. So it means for around 12 days the plane is here at Thiruvananthapuram. Why the authorities initially said the plane was forced to make a distress landing because of shortage of fuel? Now it is very clear it was not shortage of fuel. or inclement weather. If that were the case, then I think after refueling and when the weather conditions bettered, the plane could have taken off and it could have returned to the aircraft carrier from where it took off. The plane was actually it actually took off from the aircraft carrier of the British Navy, which is HMS Prince of Wales. This is the aircraft carrier on which the plane was kept parked. The aircraft carrier actually arrived in Indian Arabian Sea, which is a part of Indian Ocean, to take part in a joint naval exercise with Indian Navy. And it was said that the fighter jet took off and did a sortie, and then it couldn't return. Naturally, certain doubts arise. Didn't the pilots miscalculate, the fuel in the fighter jet? This is an advanced fighter jet, and how could a pilot miscalculate? So clearly, that was not the case. If inclement weather was the reason, the fighter jet could have returned when weather conditions bettered, because though this is monsoon and there is weather disturbance over Arabian Sea, it doesn't remain so continuously for 12 days. So weather conditions improve periodically. Even transport jets, transport planes land at Thiruvananthapuram International Airport. They take off. Regular services are held regularly. So why not a fighter jet? If a fighter jet cannot take off when weather conditions are a bit poor, then what is the use of this F-35 fighter jet? So doubts are logical. This is an important aspect. Then why did the authorities say it was shortage of fuel or weather conditions? Now, what the Western experts say, there is problem with the hydraulics of F-35 jet, and that is why, a detailed examination or prolonged repair works are needed. So why didn't they say it? Why didn't they clarify that earlier? Is not that the reason we sparked rumors or conspiracy theories? So this is the reason. Now, those who raise or float conspiracy theories, they say the fact that Indian Air Force very clearly said they traced the fighter jet, they tracked it, means that India was the fighter jet tried to intrude into Indian airspace without informing India. But the Western supporters say during peace times, the aircraft often, allows radars to detect it. So it wants to, they say that, radar reflectors are kept open because, there is no need for operating stealthily. This is what Western experts say. But at the same time, if that is the case, then why the British Air Force authorities were so keen to, not to allow anybody to come near the fighter jet? Why they refused to move the fighter jet to the hangar? Because they were afraid that India would, understand certain nuances of the perhaps of the avionics or some other, at least get a very good idea of the aircraft. So that could be, this is the one reason why people dismiss the argument that it was just a distress landing. There is something more to the whole issue than meets the eye. So these are the certain factors that caused conspiracy theories. Now, it is very clear that there is a serious damage to the aircraft. Was it the result of, emergency landing? Nobody said that earlier. So, even before landing, there were serious problems for the plane. So, I think this is the reality. Now, let's look into the capabilities of India. India recently very clearly said it has got radar network. It has got radars which can, detect stealth fighter jets, stealth aircrafts. India had made it very clear. India said during the India-Pakistan, you know, war, India's radar network easily traced, detected, and even took steps to destroy drones and other and Chinese so-called stealth aircraft J-20, which was with Pakistan. So India had made it very clear that day. India had was able to locate stealth aircrafts, and India has got the power for that. So India uses radars with larger wavelengths, and this is what you call high frequency radars. So India has got such radars with such capabilities. This is what India said at that time. The radar, I think the name of the radar is Surya or something like that. So since India had made claims about its capabilities, and Indian Air Force very clearly said they had traced and located the aircraft. So it means that it was not simply it didn't came into Indian airspace. There was some attempt to test the powers of India's command and control system. So that was there. Now I think as days go by, it becomes very clear that the problem was serious, and we will come to know more about all those aspects in the coming days, because the 40-member team is going to arrive here. Meanwhile, India has asked Britain to give rent for the space occupied by the aircraft. Initially, the British were not interested in moving the aircraft to the hangar, but now they have agreed. So, this is what I mean. They could have, if that was not a serious problem, then why all these hesitations? So, I think this is what gave rise to rumors. Don't blame the rumor mongers, because you gave them opportunity to concord stories. That is why they spread such conspiracy theories. Anyway, we will come to know more about it. I really feel that from the evidence available on the public domain, there is more to this incident than meets the eye. Meet you with updates very soon. Till then, goodbye.